an artist, an educator, a consultant, and beyond. Bobby Borg is well known as a leading expert in the independent music world, specifically with the helping artists discover the DIY or do-it-yourself ethos. Bobby Borg, you talk about promotion in 5-Star Music Makeover. What is promotion?
I'll give you the complicated definition, then we'll break it down. Cool. So promotion is a process of informing your target audience about the features and benefits of your products and services with the intention of stimulating awareness or some sort of buying response. So breaking that down, promotion is a process, meaning there's really a lot more, or marketing, shall we say, is a process. So there's a lot more to promotion than just putting your music out there. I mean, this is actually, the word marketing actually starts with the innovation of a product. We have an intended target audience in mind, and what we want to do is we want to let them know about the features and benefits of our products and services. In other words, we want to figure out what's in it for them. So in other words, with whatever it is that we're doing, whatever we've created, we want to kind of share with them why they need this and how it's going to benefit them. So that's very, very important. And obviously what we want to do is we want to actually build awareness, and we want something to happen at some point. Because if something doesn't happen, like if they don't, purchase our products and services, I mean, at the end of the day, then what do we have? We have a hobby, right? Yeah. And I don't think that anyone that is going to read this book is just purely a hobbyist. I think, one of the beautiful things about art, obviously, is that it is to be shared with somebody. So ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to create things that people are going to know about, that they're going to understand, that they're going to value, and obviously that they're going to purchase or own in some way.
Before music even goes out there, what kind of preparation should somebody do in terms of figuring out if there is a market for what they have? What kind of strategy?
We might have a vision about what it is that we want to do, and we have to be clear what that vision is, because if you aren't clear where you're going, it's difficult to actually map some sort of pathway to get there, right? So first and foremost, you have to have a clear vision. And then you have to kind of ask yourself, does anyone care about that vision? So in other words, we have to kind of look at the world realistically, and we say, this is what we want to do, but ultimately, is this going to turn into some sort of profitable project? So this is obviously a very complicated area for musicians and artists to understand, because isn't art just supposed to be about creating art and taking whatever's in here and just getting it out, right? Certainly we can take that approach, and in many cases, sometimes things are successful that way. But what we want to do is we want to look a little bit further than that. We want to see, what is happening in the world today that, maybe there's some sort of solution to a problem that exists that we can solve. In other words, you need to kind of think from an innovative perspective, maybe to do something that maybe somebody else isn't currently doing. So rather than always be chasing the next sound or the next trend in production or the next trend in songwriting, we're creating those things. So we are not the Me Too product, we are actually the leader. So you have to understand who it is that you're trying to appeal to first and foremost, and who's most likely to sort of want your, what you have to offer. Then of course you have to look at the competitors. So you have to understand what other people are doing and understand how you're going to be unique. Then you have to test it to kind of get an idea of whether or not anybody is interested in what you're doing, and kind of get some feedback and listen to what people have to say. And then of course, you have to have really clear goals about what it is that you're trying to do. So these are all the things that you really need to do even before you start to promote yourself. And then of course, branding is another issue that's very, very important.
Yes. You also talk about creating your own content.
Yep.
And how do you describe that, or how do you describe what that is?
There's some basics that every artist needs to put together, like writing a bio. But what really is writing a bio about? I mean, isn't that really about telling your story, right? And essentially conveying what it is that's interesting about you, and sharing with other people, a little bit more of the human side of who you are. So a bio isn't sort of this methodical, way of just saying, here's what I did, here's what I did, here's what I did, here's what I did. A lot of times it's telling your story. What is it that you're singing about? What is it that, inspires you? What's your whole purpose? Putting together your interview before you actually do the interview.
Yeah.
How about that, right? So in other words, writing your own interview, thinking about the questions that people might ask you, and having answers for those things.
Bobby, there's this concept now, because of the internet, because of its prevalence in so many of the things that we do, that in itself will move music. But you make a point, I believe, that that's just one component. There has to be physical interaction.
Absolutely.
Too, correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Promotion is not just the internet. There's many types of different promotion. So I look at it like a spice cabinet. So when people think of actually cooking, you have your salt in the cabinet, you take it out and you use your salt. But there's much more than that, right? There's bay leaves, oregano, pepper, garlic, whatever. There's other spices, So in promotion, there's not just the internet. We want to kind of have a balance of both offline and online promotional strategies. So there's publicity, there's advertising, there's the internet, there's word of mouth marketing, there's guerrilla street marketing, there's radio promotion, there's sponsorships, there's direct marketing, there's face-to-face selling, and there's sales promotions. I think that's 10 different types of promotion that when you are actually creating your strategy, you try to incorporate all of these different things. And the reason why is because our audience is not one-dimensional. So why are we promoting to them in that way? Right? People definitely do have their faces in their phones. However, they do other things too. Yeah. So we have to think about those ways so that we can create an integrated marketing strategy where we're hitting them from all different ends. So.
Wow, terrific. Bobby, I can't wait to read it. I'm sure everybody can't wait to see it. 5-star music makeover.